Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Cinema Miscellaneum, the new freeform podcast hosted by me, formerly Film Fanatic 57, and Channel Ryan 96. However, today, Channel Ryan 96 is out of town, so I brought in someone to fill in for him. Today we have with us...
Hello, my name is Kevin. You might know me as kacman11 on YouTube.
Yes, I was really hoping to get... if you listen to the last episode of Cinema Miscellaneum, you know that I was really hoping to get Kevin on because, you know, he's one of my favorite YouTube critics. He's been around for a while. He's like, you know, just really one of the original kid critics on YouTube, which is very cool.
Well, thank you.
Don't mention it. So anyway, I guess let's just get started with this. So since we did the... Okay, so... Here's the thing, this podcast is going up on Saturday since I am busy tomorrow, so we have to record today. And the last podcast went up late, so the last one went up late, this one went up early, so there's really not much space between these two podcasts, so unfortunately, there's very little movie news that's come out. But we do want to talk about one thing briefly, which is the trailer for the new Doug Liman film, Fair Game, starring Naomi Watts and Sean Penn, and... The synopsis for this movie is as follows. CIA agent Plame's status as a CIA agent was revealed by the White House officials allegedly out to discredit her husband after he wrote a 2003 New York Times op piece saying that the Bush administration had manipulated intelligence about weapons of mass destruction to justify the invasion of Iraq. Yeah, okay. I know, I don't really get that either. So, the trailer was released a few days ago, and Kevin, what did you think of the trailer for Doug Liman's Fair Game?
Well, I just watched this trailer, which is important to note, and I think it's one of those trailers that you've seen a lot before. It has potential to maybe have a fascinating story, and you do have Sean Penn and Naomi Watts, so it can have some really great performances by them, and I think the trailer is pretty well put together in terms of how they're describing the story and just how her name is getting on television. I don't fully understand the plot. Even by reading it, I don't fully comprehend it. It's one of those movies for me that I think I'm going to have to watch it before I have any finalized thoughts. None of the trailers are going to be able to win me over, but I think this one, for what it does a good job, but it just isn't very different from the norm.
Yeah, I'm not really digging on this trailer too much, I must admit. I think the thing is, I mean, this movie is rated PG-13 for language, so even though...
language, yeah.
Yeah, even though it's classified technically as a thriller, it's pretty clear that there's really gonna be... This is kind of like, you know, how State of Play turned out last year. And State of Play is a great movie, but it's not what a lot of people were expecting, and I think with movies like that... Instead of just having a trailer that just throws a bunch of information at the audience and makes them kind of confused, you need a trailer that just kind of establishes the feel of the film and the characters a little more. I think that's what a trailer like this should focus on instead of just the crazy plot, which is kind of incomprehensible to understand just from this trailer alone. However, Naomi Watts is a great actress. Sean Penn is a great actor, and, I mean, just the cast alone kind of sells me. I'm not quite sure about Doug Liman. Really, the only thing he's directed that I've seen is The Bourne Identity, but, yeah, I mean, I think the movie's gonna be cool, probably. It was screened at Cannes a few times, and it got pretty good word of mouth from there, but this trailer is... it's kind of unimpressive for me.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this movie. I think it's one of those movies we're going to just have to wait and see. Time will tell.
Yeah. So that's the trailer for Fair Game, starring Naomi Watts and Sean Penn, and directed by Doug Liman. I'll probably put the link to the trailer in the info, or I'll just get lazy, because I have to upload, like, freaking 6 parts of this later on. But anyway, so yeah, sorry that was a kind of brief news thing, but there's really very little going on. So we're just going to get right into the movies we've been watching these past few days.
Of course, that's what the most important part of this is, us watching movies.
Exactly. That's what you guys really want to hear about. So, Kevin, tell me about a movie that you watched this week.
Alright, I saw Machete.
Oh, damn!
Oh, yeah, you do that. An advanced screening on Monday, and, of course, Machete, if you don't know what it is, in Grindhouse, the Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino duo really ambitious event of 2007. It was a fake trailer with Danny Trejo, and for a couple years up to now, people have been begging Robert Rodriguez to seriously make a whole Machete film. And I think the rumor is that he had already made half of it when the fake trailer was released. And of course, now this summer, this September, which I guess is still technically summer in like weather technicalities, but Machete. This is, I'm going to go as far as to say this is the best action film of 2010. Machete is so gory, and it's over the top, and it's so wildly imaginative. I should get a little bit into the plot. It takes place in Texas, and it's about Danny Trejo. He plays Machete, who is a legendary ex-federale who got double-crossed by a samurai sword-wielding drug kingpin Torres, played by Steven Seagal. And he gets double-crossed, so one of his family members dies, and he is just now a day laborer in Austin or Texas, wherever. It's really southern, and there's a lot of Mexicans over there. And he gets assigned by kind of a corrupt businessman to shoot a senator for $150,000. And the senator he has to shoot is played by Robert De Niro. And he goes to shoot the senator, and guess what? Machete gets double-crossed once again. Oh, Machete, never getting the proper respect he needs. So what ensues is a big, wildly creative tale of carnage, vengeance, and a Mexican revolution. And Machete is everything it sets out to be. It does it with aces. There are scenes in this film, and there's one particularly, every single person I tell that when I saw this movie, I tell them about this one scene where Machete, he spins the machete around in a circle in one big room, and then next thing you know, 4 heads are rolling around on the floor. And it's that kind of scene that repeats itself so many times in Machete, and every single kill that Machete does just gets so much more intricate and amazing. And it's one of those movies where it's honestly not taking any of it seriously. Like, even in the movie, it's poking fun at itself. There's fake political advertisements. There is a really present grindhouse feeling to it. There's film reel scratches, and everything just feels really 70s about it. I think at one point it even skips the scenes of film reels, and it blacks out a bunch, and it is just so amazing. It's such a fun time. The performances all around, I mean, they're okay, but I think that's the point of it. No one wanted a really Oscar-caliber performance in here. Danny Trejo is finally getting the respect he deserves, because I know in every film he does, he plays a supporting character, but it always ends up his supporting character is like the most badass character of that whole movie. And imagine Machete is a whole film about that one supporting character. He is fantastic, and it's amazing to see him get the ladies and also get all of the best moments in the movie. And I think everyone else does a really good job. Lindsay Lohan is in this, and I know a lot of people have been wondering about, what's Lindsay Lohan doing in the movie? Is she a nun all the time? She's shooting people with a gun. And she's dressed up as a nun for like 10 minutes, and then she goes on screen, she gets off. And for the time she isn't in a nun outfit, she is naked. So, there you go. If you want to see Machete for that, go ahead, you pervs. And then I think another cool thing in here is that the villains, they are you hate them so much. And I think that's what's amazing about Machete 2, about the character aspect of it all. And I think it's what really failed in The Expendables, is that you hate these villains. These villains are cold, nasty, absolutely sinister people. And whenever Machete just gets done with them, or whenever they get what they deserve, it is such a crowd-pleasing moment. Machete is just one of those movies you gotta see it with a big crowd. Better yet, if you see it with Mexicans, that's even better. Because in the 70s, you got blaxploitation. This is the perfect example of mexploitation. Everything that you see from a blaxploitation film, it's transferred into this, but with the whole Mexican culture of it all, the whole Hispanic culture. And for that, I respect it so much. It actually provides a really interesting political message nowadays because of the whole Arizona controversy and the whole Mexicans coming in power and starting a revolution. And it's a really awesome movie. It's nothing really Oscar-worthy or Oscar-caliber.